As we go on.
Begin in a few moments. Tap to retry.
What?
I'm echoing a little bit.
Well, he's watching the video while we're live, so it's not helping.
I'm not.
You
Who
are.
was Mike in?
No, I'm not.
Weren't you?
No, I was.
Oh.
I'm echoing a little bit.
So I've turned it down to 10. Boop. To 17. To 16, I mean.
We'll see.
So I've turned it down to 17. To 16, I mean.
Turn your video off, Matt.
I did not echo that time.
Yeah, no, because I turned it down. Because I'm a wizard. Have you ever seen this?
I think we're good, Matt. Just turn your video off.
You've heard of this chick, right?
It's off. It's already off. It's back on. Because for some reason it wants to load
that's
itself.
Makeup. From boobs up, that's all makeup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. She's ridiculous.
All right. Time to make it
She's
go live.
ridiculous. Cedric ridiculous.
So, did you see the thing about the Mass Effect books? They're gonna put books out to tie in 3 and
Yep.
Andromeda?
Nope.
I did. They're going to put out a bunch of books that bridge the gap between the two for anybody who cares.
I'm gonna smack him.
Everybody but you.
Yeah, I'm well aware I'm in the minority.
Congrats, Sam.
No. What?
I said congrats.
Oh,
Oops.
I can't openly talk about it.
I know, that's why I just said congrats.
Perfect.
That's not nice.
What?
I don't know.
We'll
what
talk to you
percent
after, Mike.
grass
I'll tell you later.
I've been here for 2 hours. You could have told me then.
You already know.
Oh. I hate those things when I already know and I'm just trying to figure out what it is. It pisses me off even more.
That's why we do it to you.
I know. I'm loved and hated. It's fine.
You're wearing your giraffe shirt.
I am wearing my
Everything's
giraffe shirt. This giraffe is licking my nipple real good.
Has anyone even joined
That's
yet?
all.
I come back.
That's all.
This is all on the internet now.
That's all Krista says whenever I wear this shirt. She's just like, that giraffe looks like it's licking your nipple.
But
and
its tongue's not even out.
Yeah, it's puckering.
So is it licking or sucking? There's a difference.
We're gonna go live. We're gonna start the podcast at some point here. A few more minutes.
Oh,
Matt's joining us via satellite, all the way from St. John.
via
Hey, that was a pretty good
via internet, not the satellite.
Well, I like to say satellite.
Yeah, well, we're not using satellites, so.
I'm sure in some way there's a satellite involved.
No, it's all
Probably.
hardware.
I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to
There's
say
wireless. There's a router involved, so you can go with that. Straight from a router.
straight from a
Wireless.
router.
There you go.
The antenna of a router is actually a mini satellite.
Matt,
So
shut up.
Mike's right.
I'm gonna continue to believe that this is going to be via satellite.
Josh, come back. I can't do it. I can't do it alone.
I'm sure Josh would love to be here. Josh won't be with us tonight. He had, well, I'm not really sure what happened. He sent one message, and I'm assuming it's an emergency, so...
Did he start vacation or something?
No.
Today.
He has to work tomorrow.
Today's been basically one big write-off. I like how write-off has basically just become a word in our vocabulary since Future Shop.
Thank you, insurance companies.
Write-off? What else?
I'm just gonna write it off.
Restructure is another word.
Restructure. Very polite way of saying we're firing all of you.
Hey, Thor, I do
underage,
not like
overage.
that. I am here. Just
Matt's here. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's here.
Yeah, actually, Yeah, as long as you can hear Matt good. That's good.
I think you can hear Matt. And Armando's here too.
Armando? Oh my god. Hey Armando, what's up, man?
He stopped by the kiosk a while ago.
He disappeared because Street Fighter came out, and that's all he's been doing for like 2 months.
I don't think that's well. He stopped by the kiosk and I sold him a SIM card, so.
Yeah, that was just his intermission between characters,
between tournaments,
and the crazy, apparently bad launch that was Street Fighter V. Heard the game's really good though.
He's gonna start bashing on you. Oh no, it's
Overwatch.
Not Street
Dot.
You been playing Overwatch, Armando? Because I have been playing it nonstop. Well,
no, you've stopped for like the last 3 days.
That's actually way
like
more
the last
true.
Week.
The last week I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online, but before that I was playing a lot of Overwatch.
Anti-Baymay.
Sounds good, Nanu. That means we can have you on at some point, if you ever decide to grace us with your presence.
He's in the middle of things. He's got jobs. He's got a kid on the way. There's an oven in the bun. The bun in the oven.
Yeah, there you go. There's an oven in the bun. Everybody relax. There's an oven in the bun. There's a whole... That's a big-ass bun. Whole fucking oven in there. Yeah, Armando, we all got it because we were kind of in between games and wondering what we were going to try, and it was on sale, so we all got it for like $35, and all of us has been pretty much playing it. Matt likes to complain about it because he doesn't like it. Josh said he doesn't like it, and the rest of us have been playing it and saying that they're wrong.
We also
My complaint is I can't get a goddamn bow.
That's true.
So
it's I can't get a bow. That's my only complaint.
You just said you got a bow.
It took forever.
You know what?
Matt,
I was using a level 4 bow until I was level 12, so fuck you.
I found a bow in that first area you start off in.
And there is
you're full of shit.
He meant a better one than that.
So what?
Low level matters, Sam.
I have a really shitty fucking staff. I made it.
I went from having to take 14 arrows.
When I said he just complained about it because he doesn't like it.
Yeah, Matt's just old.
Yep. That's what it's all about.
Did you miss us yet?
I don't miss you.
He's like less and less as the show goes on.
Man with the beard has left the party.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Are you done?
No.
Have you figured out where the topic is?
There is no topic. I just have a star.
It's
Topic is a drawn star. No, topic is going to be the same thing as the Nana.
This is why we need you here, because everything's gone to shambles.
I know, it gets... Well, the reason it's all in the shambles is because you were showing Mike's stand-up before the show started instead of making him get on topic.
I've been trying to think of a topic for like an hour, but there's like no good news out.
I haven't been able to come up with a topic for at least 4 months.
I don't think that's quite true, but...
It's been 4 months. It's been like since before Christmas.
That's not true at all.
Yeah.
What, there's been a topic?
That I've come up with.
Oh, that you've come up with. Yeah, no, that's been since November, Sam. November. You do.
Do.
What time is it now?
Do for a lot of things.
Oh, no.
7:05.
7:05.
You could have just asked. It's right at the top of my iPad.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright.
I could have got my phone out too. That shit.
Well, I guess we'll
just start.
We'll just get going.
Just
I guess.
Go. Start her off, Mike.
All right. Welcome everybody to LaggSpike Podcast. Show comes to you every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time at youtube.com/gaminglag. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Chalice. Joining me here at the table is Mr. Gloom and Doom himself, Sam Landry.
No.
And via satellite... I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. The man with the beard, Matt Bird, joins us from his imprisonment? How's it going, Matt?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
We'll go with that. It's kind of nice that now that we have the ability to actually do this, we don't have to two-man the show. But we have a great show planned for you. I actually have here, we have a two-man show planned for you today, now that it's not that.
Well, press up the 2 and put a 3.
As we're going to talk for our topic, and question from the manager is going to be what games we missed at E3 this year. But first...
He's got one.
What have we been playing this week or doing? Doesn't necessarily have to be gaming and stuff like that. Just anything entertainment in general. What have you been up to?
Not yet. Podcast number 2. We're still working on that one.
That's fine. Well, we can talk
still
about
need
it
a
for
name.
now.
We still need a name.
We can talk about it for now. What have you been up to, Sam? What have you been playing?
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls Online too.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same thing here. We all kind of jumped on an Elder Scrolls bandwagon, and now we're all kind of playing
I
it.
need to clarify something here. Brewer, if you're going to come and put these types of comments, you need to watch the podcast more often. Because you'd know by now that the Mac is not going to be used on the podcast anymore. It's been at least 4 podcasts. Yes, sack of shit.
Yeah, it's also kind of dying. So,
don't you have warranty on it?
No. I also been playing Elder Scrolls Online as we were talking about before the show officially started. All of our kind of tight-knit group of gamers here have all gotten it. We've all started. We're all at different, varying levels.
Most of them have gotten it.
Most of them have gotten it. We're all kind of in on it. Brewer in the chat here is one of those people who refuses to slow down and help his friends. He just continues to level up
He
and
just
get
wants to get
higher
to
and
level
higher.
501.
He's like, I'm going to get to level 501, then I'll worry about you guys. Matt, what have you been up to this week, as far as games go?
Finally get to 335 in Destiny, and that's when I put ESO in. So now it's the grind to find a good bow.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
I'll give you $75 to do the same on my Warlock.
That sounds like
no.
not worth it.
Get me up to 325.
If you were talking about your Hunter or your Titan, it would be a yes, but fuck the Warlock class. I'm sorry.
Dude, you get
It's
like
garbage.
Palpatine powers of death.
All right.
Yeah, but the rest
Has
of it sucks.
anybody done anything else before we talk a little bit about Elder Scrolls Online, what we think of it and stuff like that? I know it's been out for a long time, but have you seen any movies this week, Sam? No.
We're going to see one tonight, I think.
What are you
seeing? Central Intelligence. So,
Oh yeah.
I think the tagline is a little bit of heart and a big Johnson. I think that's what it is.
That's actually very
I
clever.
like it.
That's actually what the line is in the poster. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you guys not watched the trailers?
I watched the trailers. I went to see Finding Dory on Friday.
I've heard that's okay.
It's pretty good. It's not
My Echo's
great.
that guy.
It's not Zootopia. It doesn't reimagine the wheel at all. It's the same story again with a cool ending.
Matt has an echo. Well, I can't do everything, alright? I still need to hear him. I can turn off the...
I'd give it a little bit higher than that, Aethor, but I agree with you. It didn't set the world on fire, but I thought it was good. I'd give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10, I think, for Warcraft. But yeah.
I
Elder
actually
Scrolls
watched a
Online.
movie you would like, Mike.
What's that?
I actually watched a movie you would like.
What's that?
It's a Netflix original starring Paul Rudd. I don't remember what it's called.
Featuring Paul Rudd.
Yeah, just
Anything with
because
Paul
it's
Rudd, I'll
featuring
watch,
Paul
so I'm
Rudd.
in.
Yeah, I
now
know,
we
that's
can
why I
hear
said
him.
it.
Yeah.
Keep
Paul Rudd's the man.
Keep us posted on echoes, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a new setup.
Yeah. So Elder Scrolls Online. Matt, I want your opinion first. I know you just jumped into it, but what are your first impressions?
I really enjoy it, actually, except for the grinding to find the weapons that you want. That's the only thing I don't like. Like, drops are actually pretty good. The shared loot system, not there, don't like, but...
You got to understand that I was trying to explain this to you before. It is there. You're just not... You're talking about chests in general and crates and stuff. That's not shared, but you don't get any fucking good things out of those anyway.
We figured it out. We brought Scott through a dungeon the other night, and we were level... He was level 10, we were level 17, 18, and Brewer was level 30, and
Yeah.
Scott was running. I didn't get a single piece of loot drop because of the fact there's such a big difference in gap between us.
That's right.
So
if you're over 3 or 4 levels away from the person who's the party lead, you won't get anything. But when me and Sam were running together, we both got stuff off of every single boss because we were only 1 or 2 levels apart. So that fixes it. I really like the game. Like I said, I think I said this last week, but it brings back the feeling of the true slow burn RPG of you are going to have to do all these quests. You are going to have to ride everywhere. If you don't ride everywhere in fast travel, it costs you a bunch of money. Most MMOs now, I don't know what you'd call them, the new age MMOs like Destiny and The Division and things like that, and even World of Warcraft's new stuff in Final Fantasy XIV, doesn't take very long to level up.
shooters.
Sure, shared world shooters, but it doesn't take very long to level up in those games. It takes you, about 20 hours and you're there. Destiny and Division, of course, or Destiny specifically, less. But yeah,
we're down to a mathematical problem of they're basically the 5 hours in the game has to be finished.
Yeah. They really want people to get to that end game and stuff, but I really enjoy leveling up.
But there needs to be end game to get to.
Exactly, and I'm not worried about that with Elder Scrolls because they've also fixed the problem that Destiny, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy IV, they've all experienced this in some way where every dungeon that you do scales to your level. So they have a list of like 25 dungeons, but you can do them at level 50 and get better rewards, and it scales with your level as opposed to leaving a bunch of dungeons in the dust and having nothing to do and only 2 dungeons to do at your level.
News.
Sure.
Notes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not to dwell on Elder Scrolls, but...
Yeah, well, we don't really have very much news to talk about. That's the only reason I was talking about it.
Well, we're going to change Nanu's question to like a topic thing, and then Ether said something here that's quite interesting that we should talk about.
Keep it on your screen then.
I got it.
So... If you want to support us, patreon.com/gaminglag. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're already here, so maybe tell your friends to subscribe because you guys are evidently already subscribed. YouTube.com/gaminglag. So I'm going to say about that. Let's jump into the news of the week, and there isn't very much of it. First thing was, I put this here because it was the header of GameSpot's website, and I thought this was the fucking dumbest, most obvious thing to put on any news site, but I figured it would be like a little side story, but no. Giant header at the top says, Elder Scrolls 6 not currently in development.
As far as you know.
No, that's been confirmed by them, is what I'm saying. By Bethesda.
Bethesda also said they weren't working on They weren't working on Prey. Lo and behold, there's Prey coming out. We cannot trust them. They're lying sacks of shit.
Well, I'm just saying that it's a stupid piece of no news, even if they are in pre-development or something. It's 5 or 6 years away.
As we've learned, Bethesda is very good at keeping things under wraps.
Yeah, of course they are.
Fallout Shelter, that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Yeah, but you got to understand, too, that they're internally developing Fallout 4 VR, for next year. They are also been internally developing the Skyrim special editions for the consoles.
No. They've been taking a bunch of the high downloaded and high rated mods on PC and adding them to the normal base code, so they'll put them on a different disc and charge you more money.
Speaking of Skyrim mods, segued all the way down here, something called in quotes a full conversion mod is coming. The German version's coming out July 1st, between July 1st and 3rd, and then the English version several weeks later. It's going to be called Andorol, and it uses the Skyrim engine, but the entire game has been redone with completely new voice-acted characters, and it's its own RPG that has nothing to do with Skyrim.
So they're calling it Adderall.
Andorol.
I'm gonna go with
Andorol.
I'm gonna go with Adderall.
Looks kind of cool, but I don't know if that's what people want. Because I think people really love the Skyrim, like the game Skyrim.
Well, let's ask our resident 400-hour player here.
Yeah, Matt, what do you think of that?
About the Andorol add-on?
The Andorol, yes, the Adderall mod.
It depends on how it's going to play, because it's still supposed. If it's still, I know it's not Skyrim, but if it's still Skyrim, it's going to be worth 250 hours.
It's not Skyrim.
But it's in Skyrim, and it's the same.
It's not in Skyrim. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. They're calling it a full conversion mod. It changes everything. The cities aren't the same. The people aren't the same. The races aren't the same. Everything is completely different. It's on the backbone of Skyrim, but it is a fully realized new RPG just based on modding it instead of building the engine themselves.
Someone backwards engineered the template of Skyrim and used that to make another game.
Yeah, basically. If that's
Did they fix the teleportation bugs and stuff? Because if so, then I'm in.
Well, you need a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
I'll believe it when I see it. You've been saying that for years.
Yeah, I've heard that quote many a times.
No,
it's fine. I can get a PC. I can do one right now. I can do it right now. I'll do it. I'll do it. I promise.
No, because you won't plug the cables in the right spots, and I have to come in and show you.
You'll just have to come in and fix it by proximity. Moving on in a little bit more grim news, 18-year-old Georgia student sentenced to 40 years in prison after killing someone over a PS4.
Yeah, in 2014.
This was the sentencing.
She was 16 when it happened.
Yeah.
She shot someone for a PS4.
For a PS4, or was it hers?
No. No, some guy was selling his PS4 on Craigslist. She showed up to her house with her boyfriend at the time. The guy, they offered him less money than he wanted. The guy said no and was turning around and walked back inside. She pulled the gun, shoot him. Took the PS4 and went. And then she...
That's the Xbox One from a couple weeks ago. You're confusing the two stories.
No, it was a PS4. It was a course case from 2014. It took 2 years to get a sentence. I read the whole article.
Oh, well, there's an Xbox One just recently, too.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Put this in here. Don't kill people over a fucking game console, for God's sake.
No, I can do it even one better. Get some fucking gun control down in the States.
Yeah, a little bit ridiculous.
I'm going to drop Mike now.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 15 has over 100 hours of gameplay. That's just something that the developer released.
But didn't we already know that?
No, it said the main game should take you about 60 hours to complete. Now they've confirmed that if you do everything, it's over 100 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what did they have some guy who just said, all right, start. You can't stop playing and you can't stop until you've done it all.
You need to platinum it.
Okay.
Or,
I need adrenaline, a bucket, and
I need a lifetime supply of Hot Pockets.
my Hot Pockets.
I don't know, because that's the universal thing of, yeah. Dead Rising 4 is not a Xbox One exclusive after all of the confusion
Really?
and message. It's not. It is a timed exclusive for Xbox One. So it will come to Xbox and Windows PC in December. 90 days later, it's not going to be Windows exclusive, which means, yes, it'll be on Steam. And then a year after, very similar to Tomb Raider, we will get it on PS4, and nobody will buy it because nobody will care about it at that point.
Totino's Pizza Rolls. And Persona 5 killed Final Fantasy for a moment.
I'm with you.
I cancel my Final Fantasy order.
Really? Yeah.
I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, feel free to message me anytime about Persona 5, because I only have like one person that I know that I can talk to about it, and I can't fucking wait for that game.
In other words, he needs friends.
Yeah. Yeah, better ones anyway.
I see. Well played, sir. Well played.
Sony patents an Elite-like controller with more buttons and different button configuration. So this is a patent found, so possible PlayStation 4 Elite controller.
As I can tell you, all I use now is my
throwing my
Xbox
wallet
One.
at the TV right now.
What?
I'm throwing my wallet at the TV right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... I mean, they have to do it, right? Because the Xbox One Elite controller is so popular.
The biggest problem was finding a third-party company that would follow their strict guidelines of the controller.
Yeah. Xbox One price dropped to $280.
Xbox One price?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's for the
old ones.
That's for the 4 gig system, right?
Yeah. So that's for the original OG Xbox One. Obviously, they need to do something because the Xbox One S is coming out in August, and they need to do something to get rid of them. I don't think I put that in here because I don't think that's enough.
So instead of Rufio, it's Scorpio.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
I don't. It's interesting, and a lot of podcasts I'm listening to right now are talking about how much of a marketing nightmare this must be. So let's talk about that for a second. So PlayStation said nothing at E3 about PlayStation Neo.
No.
Xbox came out and said, here's the Xbox One S. We knew we needed a slimmer one. This one is way smaller and has HDR if you care about that. And then we're coming out with Project Scorpio. That'll be later, next year in 2017. Why? So at this point, it's like, okay, do I want to get an Xbox One if I don't have one yet? Or do I wait for Project Scorpio next year? But that is a whole nother year, but that means I only get...
Project Scorpio, I would recommend to anybody who's got a gaming PC who's planning on playing Xbox One games on both PC and Xbox.
Yeah.
That would be what I would... If you don't, get the S. The One S is awesome.
I think you're right. I think their marketing play needs to be, okay, we have this Xbox Play Anywhere. You can play it on PC. You can play it on Windows. It doesn't matter. If you want to have similar power to what a PC does, and obviously not like a GTX 1080 or something like that, but if you want to have similar power to what most people playing on PC do, you can get the Scorpio. If not, you can get the One S.
Scorpio...
What do you... Sorry.
Well, Burr's saying it's going to be so much money. I'm pricing out the Scorpio at probably at a $599, $649.99.
Rumor right now is $400.
Really?
Yeah.
For the Scorpio?
Yeah, for the Scorpio. Which I don't think is true because the 2 terabyte One S is $400. So I don't know.
No, it's gonna be $599 or $649.99. That's gonna be the price, probably stateside. So it's probably gonna be around $750 to $800 here in Canada, which isn't as bad as people think.
So this is what I think PlayStation should do to answer this, because obviously with something so much more powerful than the PS4, I think there's only one way you combat this, right? Give me your thoughts on this, and chat can react too. But so now PlayStation was going to have a more powerful PlayStation, but it's nowhere near as powerful as the Scorpio as far as what rumors are telling us. So what happens if PlayStation takes that behind the drawing board and says, okay, here's PlayStation Neo, and the message that they deliver is, it is only more powerful. It is only more powerful in the sense where now it can support 4K gaming, and that's it. The reason we're doing this is because we don't want to segregate the market with a more powerful and a nowhere near as powerful machine. We're catering to the gamers. You can have 4K, you can buy your 4K TV and have prettier picture, but other than 4K, it doesn't do anything else.
Sony needs to partner up with Square Enix and get the support that they have for the cross-console play of Final Fantasy XIV on their whole lineup. That's what they need to do. They need to get that set up.
Well, I think you're going to be able to play on whatever the new thing is, but...
No, but I'm saying that's what's probably going to be the difference between, for me at least, between PS4 and Xbox One, is the fact that I can play Xbox One and PC games together, as long as they come out on both, right? So. Yeah,
that is, and I can't stress that enough. I think that's a huge announcement that was kind of overlooked by a lot of people. The Play Anywhere thing, there's a lot of people that have PCs and don't have a console that now might actually say, well, I bought this, all my friends play on Xbox, I don't have to buy the game again, I just have to buy the Xbox, wait for a Black Friday sale or a Christmas sale, and go out and buy your Xbox One S or whatever for $299.
Having the hope that that's what's going to happen this Christmas is... no.
Yeah.
No, maybe $50 off at Christmas, that's probably it. You may get even a free game with it at that point, that'll be it.
Also,
it won't be that much of a price.
Also, rumor shows that the PlayStation Neo is still going to come out this year, so that's interesting enough too.
I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No Man's Sky super secret lawsuit has finally been settled.
Secret lawsuit?
Nobody knew what was going on except for the people internal, as far as I'm aware, and maybe some close personal friends.
I heard about it a couple months ago.
Months ago?
I heard about the lawsuit months ago.
What lawsuit?
The whole lawsuit for No Man's Sky, for their name, for Sky in it.
That was when it was, when the news broke that it was done. So it's
not super secret.
It's not anymore because it's settled.
No, but
it's been going on for 3 years.
I know, but I'm saying I knew about it a couple months ago before it was even settled. That's what I'm saying. There was an article I read online about it, about the current lawsuit.
Anyway, Sky...
What?
It was last week.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sky Network, I believe is what it was called, was suing them. They're the same people that sued Microsoft for SkyDrive. That's why it's now OneDrive and not that. That's now settled, so now their game can be called No Man's Sky instead of No Man's. Because they own the right to the word Sky, which is fucking stupid.
How can someone own the right?
I don't know. That's like, I own the word the.
So technically they could go and basically sue every single author who has used the word Sky in one of their books.
Pretty much. Well, I think it's restricted to like digital entertainment or something fucking stupid like that, but I want to copyright the word the. And.
That would fail.
And the and sign.
I want to do the letter X.
Yeah. X. Pick a good vowel.
I'm copyrighting every Roman numeral.
Copyrighting every vowel. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
Between the three of us, we can make billions.
Did you know that Activision almost outbid Microsoft on the developer Rare? So we might not. If that had happened, would we have gotten all the crappy shit that Rare had to make in the last little bit before we got to Sea of Thieves, or would they be making Banjo-Kazooie 5, 6, 7, and 8? Who knows?
12.
5, 6, 7, 8. We'd probably
I
be
imagine
on 12, 13, 14
Activision.
right now.
You can say whatever you want, but Activision's not exactly the most innovative company on the planet. They would have just been like, yeah, we bought you. Well, what would you like us to do, Activision?
Figure something out.
You know that Banjo game you've been doing? Yeah, just keep doing those. Well, we have this really great idea for, it's this with pirates and all on the ocean and stuff like that. I'm sorry, this conversation was over after I said keep making Banjo-Kazooie. Because that's what they want to do.
Pretty sure that's not that bad.
I know. Did anybody hear the Destiny news on last-gen stuff for last-gen consoles? Because Rise of Iron, the new expansion, is not going to be available for them.
They're not working on anything last-gen anymore.
Correct. But, so, this is what they said. We have great ways for you to upgrade for last gen, is how they're wording this. And they said, so you're going to be able to play all the existing content except for Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner. You won't be able to play that anymore. And you won't be able to get Rise of Iron. And we have a great upgrade path. If you buy a PS4 or Xbox One, and then you can upgrade your character for free, but I think you still have to buy the game or something like that. Anyway, basically, it was a really...
Taken King.
What? You have to... Sorry?
You still have to actually buy the Taken King.
Yeah. What I was trying to get at was this was...
for free.
This was a long fucking way of saying, we don't give a shit about you anymore. Please buy a new console. I'm sorry if you can't. Basically. That's what I got out of it anyway. Matt, what did you think?
It was basically, we shouldn't have made this game for you guys in the first place. We listened to Activision, but now give us more money and we'll make the game that you wanted.
Now, if they really want to be loved, I can figure out one very easy way for them to make money, for people to not mind spending a little bit of money, and everyone wins. And you know what that is? You buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, you spend $10, you get a code like they did to digital upgrades for those games that came out at the end of the last gen that you could also play on the new gen.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
I don't think they should
$10.
I don't think, if they buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, I don't think they should have to pay for Taken King,
None.
buy Rise of Iron, and then go through their website and do their upgrade path for their character. That's what I think they should do, but that will never happen.
That makes too much sense.
No, it doesn't make them any sense. That's the problem.
No. Help me. Can't do this.
Have you been loving Overwatch? Well, good news, console players, because Torbjorn is being nerfed on consoles. Apparently, they have received many complaints about the turret-building bastard, and because console players can't turn as fast and deal with the turret, because the turret is instant and can target you immediately, they're doing a nerf on his turret, and it's going to have his damage reduced.
Turn as fast.
Yeah.
There's a thing called thumbstick sensitivities. Max it up to 10. You can turn just as fast.
I would like to quote Danny Glover, I think that's who it was, from the great movie Angels in the Outfield when I say, there's a thing called talent. They don't have it. That's what I have for you.
What kind of chemicals do you have here, Matt, that I can just swallow all?
There's cleaner under the sink.
Is there Drano still?
Last but not least, Ford dealership has allegedly stolen Firewatch's artwork for one of their sales. And it is pretty fucking blatant. It's got a big picture of like a Ford Explorer, and then in the background it's the Firewatch tower with all the forest and stuff with the red sun setting. It's really blatant. And all of the Overwatch team has been tweeting at this about this tweet and stuff, being like, this is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen, and it's incredibly blatant. It's awesome.
You mean that?
Yeah. Yeah.
For the Ford Focus.
Yeah. Focus, that's what I meant. Okay, you want to know what that is? That's a small dealership with somebody who knows how to use Google, and they Googled Watchtower in the... Yeah. It's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
They might want to take that down. That's as bad as the university around here using the logo from the Lion King stage show on Broadway as their main logo. Anyway,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
St. Thomas University, they got sued over it. They used the Lion King logo for it. Yeah, that moves us into our topic, which is also the question from the manager.
Hey!
Oh, sorry, Matt. What do you want to say?
This week.
What's that?
For anyone that liked L.A. Noire, Horror of the Orient, which was supposed to be the sequel, got canceled.
Yeah,
which
officially.
Is actually huge news, which you didn't say anything about.
Because I don't care.
I don't do the news. I just show up and talk. That's all I do.
And the news is basically what I care about.
I know, and this is why I'm throwing it in there, because it's not all what you want. It's what everybody wants.
Matt.
What?
Come back.
What then?
Come back and host this circus.
Did anybody even play L.A. Noire? I thought it was crap.
I did. I liked L.A. Noire.
I platinumed it.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
The customization of the car in it was really fun.
Everything I said was a lie. I've never even touched the game, so
I'm not surprised.
The facial twitches and having to read those to decide what you were, if the person was guilty and stuff, and all that detail on the old gen was phenomenal.
I can believe that.
I'm with Brewer. Never played it, but I'm with him. It was crap. Brewer, me and you will just stick to Elder Scrolls Online together.
Matt.
What?
I think planned takeover is in effect.
Yeah.
Can I move on to the topic now, Matt? Are you good?
Quick, get the patent.
Yes.
Get the patent.
Yes, you can move on now.
All right.
Get
so
it trademarked in your name.
Topic is the exact same as the question from the Nanager, and let me just go into my Twitter here and see what some of you folks said. So we asked, what games did you miss at E3?
I don't remember.
Amanda said, really wanted to see some more Crackdown 3, looking forward to that game. Zero Hill said, Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, and Cyberpunk 2077. And those were the only tweets I think I got.
I agree with Cyberpunk 2020.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that they announced that they're not, after Blood and Wine comes out, that they're basically done with Witcher, and that's what they're working on.
Yeah.
So,
listen, CD Projekt Red is one of the greatest developers in the business right now. They are catering to their fans. They just released an expansion, Blood and Wine, that is bigger than some actual full-release games. And it's unbelievable the amount of fan service. That game came out last year. They're still adding stuff to it.
Yeah.
Like
Battlefield still does that.
Yeah, but not to the same degree.
They do a year.
Not to the same degree, Sam.
Full year.
Not to the. Please do not try and argue with me that it's to the same degree.
You open up gold boxes and you get free things, and it's great.
Yeah. Okay. So big tip of the hat, I guess, to CD Projekt Red. If that's what they're going to show to that, Cyberpunk 2077. I like The Witcher, but Cyberpunk 2077 sounds like a universe that I can get on board with even more.
That was a really slow trailer.
You guys can let us know in the chat if there's anything else that you guys maybe wanted to see. Matt, what did you miss at E3?
I actually was really hoping that Rockstar would have a presence and they were going to say something about Red Dead.
Yeah, I think that was a big disappointment to a lot of fans. Did you guys see the Uncharted 4 GIF that was going around on Reddit or whatever, and it was the scene in the game where they're on the couch, and it just has I think Elena sitting down on the couch, and she's like, "Have they mentioned Red Dead yet?" And he's sitting on the couch, he's like, "Nope," and he's like, anyway, it's really good. That's all I have to say about that.
And the other one that I was missing is I was actually hoping Rocksteady, with all the rumors that were flying around the internet, was going to actually be there, not necessarily for the Superman game that I guess for you, but for anything other than the VR game, and I now have to buy Morpheus.
Yeah, apparently that experience is pretty cool. A lot of people came out of that pretty hyped on it, so...
Yes, which is why I have to buy a Morpheus now, because if you can't be yourself, be Batman.
I don't know if I can afford it, because I might have to go on strike in the coming weeks, and just had a bunch of renovations done, but we shall see. Sam, did you miss any games at E3?
Cyberpunk's the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
They talked about everything I really cared about.
Well, I missed Persona 5 on the stage. I understand that we got some news.
Should have taken bets.
Yeah. But I really was disappointed that they didn't show it off on stage. I think you could have done without, some of the games that they showed, maybe take... I don't even know what you would take off. I didn't really care if I saw any more of Horizon, even though it's really good and I can't wait to play it, but I don't necessarily think that. Maybe don't even show The Last Guardian as much. Maybe have a little Persona gameplay trailer. I really want people to enjoy it, and I have doubts on how many... I know it's going to sell more than any Persona game, but I want people to see why people are loving it and stuff, and because there's a lot of people that haven't played it, and they need to, because it's phenomenal.
Could get into it.
I was thinking about Crackdown 3, but I don't think I care about it. I actually thought about it for a while, and I'm just like, yeah, destructible environments, okay, sure. It's never going to be as good as they promise, and I was just like, eh. I did want to see what Sucker Punch was working on because the rumor was that they were working on a Spider-Man game, but obviously that's Insomniac, and that's going to be good. But Sucker Punch wasn't there, and yeah.
It'll be Infamous 4, or Second Son 2, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of hope they go with a new IP, because that seems to be what a lot of people are going with. Matt left the party.
Did he actually?
Unless it got disconnected, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I hope they go to a new IP. That seems to be Sony's MO right now with all their studios. Yeah.
Cool.
It'd be cool if they went with something new.
Luckily for him, he still has that invite, so we can join back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Aethor said he wanted to see more anything about Darksiders 3. Yeah, we know, Matt. I don't think they're going to make one. It'd be cool if they did. Apparently they were pretty good.
So I guess we'll move on to the topic Aether gave us.
Sure. I don't even know what it was. So
he wants to know, will VR affect those who are subject to motion sickness and equilibrium issues, I guess is what he wants us to talk about.
The short answer is yes. Because there are people that even at E3 were getting sick, and a lot of people reported getting sick from the Resident Evil being played in VR. But the long answer is it will be ever improving.
It's not as bad as the Gen 1 Oculus dev kits. My buddy has one. It's like you play that for when it first came out, you played it for 15-20 minutes and you had to basically take it off and sit down. Now, because it's gotten updates, the software and it's a lot better and everything like that, the tracking, it's the eye motion tracking that's the big thing that they're working on with it. Now, someone who is afraid of heights and decides to play a VR game where they're basically over like a massive cliff, looking over that, you're just dumb.
Yeah.
That they can't fix.
I think the biggest problem isn't going to be the motion sickness, because I think there is going to be solutions for that. They're going to constantly improve it. They're going to make the frame rates better. All of that stuff. The biggest problem they're going to have is those goddamn cables, because there are it seems like 4 or 5 cables that are going from your PS4 or your computer to your VR headset. And moving around is not easy when you have a bunch of cables hanging around off of you.
That is why I prefer the Vive. 2 cables plug in, and the cable's like 12 feet long.
Yep.
So,
yep.
plenty of room to walk.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I was really sold on VR originally, and I really wanted to try it, but I'm holding off on it immediately, because I know that 2 or 3 years into having VR, there will be the VR 2.0 headset, and the games will finally be coming for it. That will be really worth your investment. And plus, I'd love to play Resident Evil in VR, but that's coming out in January, and I don't think
VR is on the same scale as the Atari right now. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, it's definitely got some games that make you question its existence, because there are some experiences that people are talking about or showing that I'm just like, this is what you made for VR? Like, it looks like something that I played at an indoor amusement park when I was like 10. Or what I played at Disney, which was like flying around on a carpet, and it kind of looked like VR. Like, some of it looks bad and some of it looks good, but I'll be playing Resident Evil on normal. So
my friend is now online.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I think that's it.
It was a slow week.
It was. Sorry for the short show. We're going to hang around afterwards for a little bit. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Chalices. If you want to follow Sam,
Mr. Glooming
and if you want to follow Matt, even though he lost his connection, he is at ManW the
Follow Josh.
Follow Josh at the Plaid Paladin. If you want to follow us as a collective group, we are at Gaming Lag 2Gs and Lag. Please tell your friends and subscribe to us. We'll be back next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as per the usual. That's Gaming Lag out. We're gonna hang out again for a little while anyway.
Are we still pulling the audio from this and put on?
No.
So we don't really need to do a gaming lag out in the middle. We can just basically end it when we end it.
Yeah, the problem.
I'm going to.
It's all time, right?
Well, the main thing that I'm going to try to look into doing is when I have some more cash to invest, or us invest into, is building purely just a desktop for recording and streaming. That's it. Just a little tower, like a micro PC.
I got 3 desktops for free.
You got 3 desktops for free?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. because they had them at one of my friends' works, and I said, can I have them? And they said yes.
Are they any good?
Not really.
Are they running DOS?
No, they're running Windows 7.
Yeah. At least that's good. That's good Windows. You got the chat open there, right? So
Oh yeah.
I closed my iPad.
Thanks, Aethor. Later.
Peace.
Yeah, I don't know. Gaming news is kind of slow. You can tell because we switched to playing Elder Scrolls Online. Like, you can tell it's every time E3 comes, it's like fucking Christmas, and then every time after E3 comes, it's like after Christmas, where there's nothing going on, nobody has money, you can't do anything. So yeah.
What's the next game? No Man's Sky. I don't know.
No Man's Sky in August. I already paid for it, so that's coming. I'm really excited. I've tempered my expectation though. I don't think it's gonna be like, you got to remember too that No Man's Sky is a fucking indie game. Like, yes, it's got development budgets and stuff from Sony because they picked it up because they saw the potential. But I think it's just going to be the massive space exploration thing that we want, and that's that, right? Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matt said Mac Mini. I'm coming back. We could just use that for streaming at that point.
No, because we'll kill it.
Yeah, we will kill it. Anyone thinking about Technomancer tomorrow? I was thinking about it, Zero, but I have some interesting shit going on coming up because it's all public knowledge, so I can't get in trouble for saying it. There's a fucking website, but what?
No. Let's not talk about work on the podcast.
Well, whatever.
I'm sorry. They don't want to listen to us ramble about work.
You don't know that.
I
You don't want to listen to me ramble about work.
Take a poll, Matt. Put a poll on Twitter about it.
Anyway, so there's some interesting shit going down. So,
well, while we have some people in the chat, let's come up with the name for the other podcast, the podcast about everything geek.
yeah.
Everything geek. Everything nerdy. Nerd soup.
Gaming Lag Unplugged.
Isn't that what we started with?
Yeah.
As an idea?
I still think it's the best one that we've had. That's why I said it. But we need to let all the dust settle too. The reason we haven't done the second podcast, and we want to do it, is because with Matt somewhere else, and we wanted the dust to settle and that everything to be kind of good to go and stuff before we start doing it every single week, because once a month or twice a month right now it's Matt's gone, and once a month it seems like it's me and Sam by ourselves. So now that we can do this, it's a little bit easier. But
well, as long as someone has good internet.
Yeah, it still relies on internet connection. So
yeah, I've got nothing else. I don't even know if they're saying anything in the chat.
they're not. I've been watching the thing.
Your phone's black.
I've been watching that thing. See if they say anything.
Oh,
and
okay,
then I get in.
I get you. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Work is lame, Zero.
Work is lame, and this apartment is very fucking hot.
Yes, it is. I'm basically marinating myself.
Well, we're not listening to Matt anymore, so I'm going to turn it back on.
Yeah, go ahead. You. If anybody does want a good RPG to play, join us in Elder Scrolls Online. Is PS4 crossplay with Xbox One?
Nope.
No, it's not.
I don't think so. I haven't been able to find any information about it.
Huh. Interesting. Also, you guys want to see an awesome farmer's tan? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at that gloriousness right there. That's what happens when you're a mailman. Out in the sun all day. Agreed, Brewer. Bell is awesome for internet, just not in St. John. Want to know why? Because St. John is a hole where everything goes to die.
People are born there. They save a lot of people. They have the best heart hospital in
That's in New Brunswick.
New Brunswick, other than Halifax.
Yeah. Other than Halifax. And, if you drive to Quebec, that's better. And, if you go to Ontario, that's better too. I don't know if it is or not.
It's pretty good. I agree. Good to know.
Yeah. Life gets in the way of a lot of stuff. I had to put up a fucking gazebo this weekend. Brewer actually helped me get it from Walmart because it was in this giant box. That was the bane of my existence for like 3 hours. Because the gazebo is so tall, we don't have like an actual ladder. We just have like a little step stool because we've never needed anything like that. So I'm like on my like the tip of my feet or whatever, standing up holding like this 50-pound like metal circle.
So my dad used to be a painter.
Mm-hmm.
I have like big painting ladders at home that
Yeah.
are like perfect for shit like that.
But that's not immediate?
But hey Sam, are you busy? No, Mike. I'm sitting at home in my underwear because I'm driving from heat. Oh, do you mind bringing me a ladder? Sweet, I'll be right there.
I wouldn't have continued if you said you were just sitting around in your underwear. Also, the last time I said, hey, are you busy? You said, kinda, but what's up?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I was preoccupied. I don't remember what I was doing. I think it involved a girl. I don't remember.
And yes, I am saying Matt went there to die. That's why he's trying to get back.
Because he realized he doesn't want to die.
He realized a new
Life is worth
appreciation
living.
for life. So he's coming back. He's like, no, please.
I'll be back. In black.
Yep. Also volunteered at a multiple sclerosis bike marathon this weekend.
If we're just talking about life, I went to my cousin's.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. We're just hanging out.
I don't know.
These bikers, they were doing, I mean, there's no way I could do it, but they were biking from Sussex to Rothesay. It's about 71 kilometers, or 80-some kilometers if you take the challenge route. They were all great. They all raised money. Some of them were really rude. We were on the lunch stop, and we had to cut up all the fruit and stuff like that to make sure they were like refueled and stuff.
Yeah.
But there were people treating it like a damn restaurant. They're like, "Oh, can you cut this banana in half? I don't really want a full banana." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then somebody else like picked up a knife that was in the mayonnaise for the sandwiches, and they're like, "Is this the only knife you have?" And I was like, "No, would you like another one?" And then they were like, "This one's kind of gross." And I was like, "Great, here you go. You want to know an easier way to say that? Hi, I'm really sorry, but can I get a different knife? Because this one fell on the ground." That's what you say. Not, "Is this the only knife?" Because that kind of comes... It sounds like you're saying is this the only knife? Yeah. But really what you're saying is you guys fucking suck at your job.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. Let me fix that for you.
Let me...
Go.
What a
clean now.
Nasty. Oh, boys. Oh...
They're great, though.
Anyway, the second day on Sunday, first guy to show up or whatever, he's like 85 years old, and he's the first one to show up, and he's like, "Oh, am I the first to arrive?" Because, of course, he's got like a British accent, and he's like, and I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, my grandkids will probably overtake me. I just need a piece of orange, and then I'm going to be on my way." And I was just like, he can barely walk. His legs are like shaking, gets on his bike, and he's fucking gone. I'm like... I strive to be like that, man, when I'm that age. Jesus.
I had two guys who were from overseas. I don't know, Ireland, Scotland. One of the European countries, not Britain now, but...
Funny.
Just, glaze over that quickly. But they come in, they walk into the mall, they look at me, they ask me, they're like, "Is there a pub in the mall?" "No, unfortunately." "That should be illegal." I'm like, I agree with you. I could go get a nice pint and get shittered on my day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also, I found this out, apparently the legal limit's going from 0.08 to 0.05, which means it's less than a full beer. And you cannot drive legally.
They should just say if you have anything.
If you blow between 0.05 and 0.08, you lose your license for 3 weeks. If you blow anything past that, you get an instant 90-day suspension and a court date.
Yep. Drinking and driving is not good. They should crack down on that stuff. So, and I understand that there's people. The problem is that you're trying to put up a law for a wide audience, whereas somebody like you, maybe you have great tolerance. Or no. Okay, so let's say
four Keiths and I was out.
Okay, so
I was done.
Let's say somebody like me back in the day when I was actually drinking, because I'm sure now it wouldn't be like that. But I could normally get through about 5 or 6 beer before I felt more than just loosened up, right? I still should not feel comfortable driving. I should never feel like, oh, I'm probably under 0.8 or I'm probably under this. I can probably go. I should never feel that way, and I never did. But you should never be, after you have one beer, you shouldn't be going. It's a crackdown, too, on designated drivers who are going and being designated drivers, but they're having 3 or 4 beer and then driving home.
Well, the biggest thing is, like I was talking to my mom about it, I'm like, that's silly. It's like you go to, like, Boston Pizza, a restaurant or whatnot, and you have a beer, you basically can't drive.
Yeah.
You basically have to finish your beer when you get, right before you get your meal, you finish your meal because you sit about there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and at that point, it's kind of a little bit out of your system more, so...
Yeah, but that's...
silly.
That's just it, though, right? Like, you need to...
This province has a focus in weird areas.
Right, but, like, I stopped drinking over 4 years ago now, and not because I'm against it, because I'm definitely not against it. I understand people like it, and it is fun. I get it. But my biggest problem with the drinking is, like, my family has history with it and stuff, and it scared me. And 2...
people use it as an excuse. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's... like, I've known people who said, well, I don't know if I'd be able to, like, exist if I don't have it. And it really is weird how it's so socially acceptable, and how role models, like, can talk, like, well, let's talk about, like, the gaming news industry. And don't get me wrong, I'm not as talented as some of those writers on those big sites or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm trying to say is I don't agree with the fact that they're looked at, and if you listen to them or talk to them or anything like that on their videos or on their podcasts and stuff, all of them are people who party every single weekend. They get drunk on, like, a nightly basis sometimes, and that's what you're teaching to other people as what's, like, what's normal, what's to be expected if you're in the games industry and stuff. And I don't like it. I did it before. It definitely eliminates your social circles, though, if you don't drink. Because if I didn't know you guys, I don't really associate with anybody other than not drinking really limits your social circles.
I talked to no one I graduated high school with.
Yeah.
They all basically party.
Well, when I moved from Moncton to here, I had a bunch of friends there, but as soon as I wasn't there every single weekend to be drinking with them and stuff, I didn't hear from them once. And that's because everybody who drinks and is drinking socially, if you're not drinking, the first thing they ask you is, how come you're not drinking? Because if you're not, it instantly makes them feel bad about doing it. It's weird. Again, not against it. I understand it's fun. I just want people to do it responsibly. That's all. My family has a really, really scary history that's caused actual, like, family problems with it. So I don't like where it leads sometimes. But some people are very responsible with it, and kudos to them. Absolutely.
That's where I work.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're getting too
yeah.
We're done with that.
Yeah. It's also very warm.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, as I said. Matt should be back next week, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. We'll see.
And Josh should be here as well, because we don't have anything on the thing. But if you are planning on getting Elder Scrolls Online or jumping back in,
talk to him.
Yeah, add me on PlayStation and let us know. And yes, Matt, shit is getting real.
Or more.
Trust me, if we have that other podcast, that's what it's going to become.